My name's Owen, I'm the Dungeon Master of our Return of the Giants campaign.
Hello everyone, my name's Jared. I'm playing the character of Threign, Path of the Giant Barbarian, and he is seeking to learn about his heritage of the Frost Giants.
Hi, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Lyra, the Eladrin Druid.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Niles Silverwind, the monk Owlin.
Hi guys, my name's Simon. I'm playing the character of Ember. He wants to be a master of wildfire, but does he have the skills to be best one?
Hi, I'm Dave. My character is Harry Harrington the Harengon, a roguish merchant with a heart of gold.
Hello!
Hello everyone!
Hello everybody. How are you all doing? Welcome to the Lost Archives. I hope you are all doing very, very well. We are back playing Return of the Giants, and we are very excited to be jumping into the campaign tonight. Quick announcement before we begin. Unfortunately, the murder bunny himself, Dave, is unable to join us tonight, so that is all okay. I'm going to be playing as Harry for tonight's session, so no problems there. Dave is doing some sports ball instead. What a nerd. Or a joke, what a nerd. I guess.
Go team.
Go team. Go sports ball. So we wish him luck. It was the semi-final tonight. Hopefully that game has gone well. But yeah, we will be playing without Dave tonight. The other fun announcement I have to share is that there is a very special charity live stream event coming up on the 17th and 18th of this month. 24-hour live stream to celebrate Talk Like a Pirate Day, starting on Sunday the 17th at around, I think it starts at around 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be running all the way through until the end of Monday the 18th, like the end of the day. Josh the Pirate over at Corsairs Cove is hosting this charity live stream event. If you wanted to be involved, there is a link in the Discord for people to sign up as players. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. Make sure you come and check it out live anyway on Twitch, twitch.tv/Corsairs Cove. I'm going to be running a one-shot from 9 a.m. through till about 11:30 a.m. on Monday the 18th in the morning. It's going to be a pirate-themed one-shot. I'm not revealing too much about it yet, but it's going to be an epic adventure on the high seas, plundering booty and manning the cannons and having a grand old time. Yar, it's going to be glorious. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Very, very exciting. I'll have some promotional art coming out for it shortly, and I have composed an intro music as well, pirate-themed intro music, because I have something wrong with me, clearly. Or I have too much spare time, one of those options. I don't have too much spare time. So that's going to be lots of fun. Make sure you stay tuned for that. That's pretty much all the announcements I have to make. I guess while we're on the theme of a pirate-themed situation, the One Piece Netflix live adaptation, pretty good. It's pretty good. I quite enjoyed it. Has anyone else seen it yet?
No, but I want to watch it. I canceled my Netflix. Cozy living.
That's fair.
But now maybe I need to.
I wonder if it's actually in the spirit of One Piece to pirate One Piece. It does feel like the sort of thing Luffy would approve of.
I like the sound of your. I like the cut of your jib.
I like the cut of your jib.
That sounds pretty fine to me.
Man, how easy was it to just twist Matt's arm then? Oh, you've twisted
it. Oopsie! I went to the bay.
Yeah, that was way too easy.
Buccaneers and whoops. Look what I have now. I found the One Piece.
So it's gonna be good. Before we get into it, Ali, could I get you to move your webcam to center you a little bit more? It currently thinks you're off the side of the screen. I'm not sure. Your auto frame doesn't like you tonight. I'm sorry. That is awesome. That's perfect. Brilliant. I'll quickly edit the camera to just slightly, just to help out the auto frame. Let's go to. Oh, that's perfect. You're right in the very center. Brilliant. I think we should get into the campaign before we do too much else. Let me do a quick recap to get us into the zone, and we are going to be jumping straight into the session. The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a name now legendary across the lands of Nostea, has formed a brand new team. Lyra, Tetra, Harry, Ember, and Threign have all been interacting with the hill giants recently seen flying over the nearby settlement of Laspire. After the original team fought and defeated a mage from an elemental cult, as well as shutting down a ancient piece of giant technology in the very center of said town, slowly deconstructing it. The group have now met with the Hill Giant clan. Specifically the clan led by Gunglot. As it turns out, the Hill Giants are currently in a little bit of a civil war, the clan having been splintered by various other members of the Hill Giant royal family, or Hill Giant Jarl family, attempting to vie for power and control. After having a pretty good chill conversation with Gunglot and the rest of the Hill Giants, the team have been sent out to the nearby swamps in an attempt to recruit an ancient creature, Mauler, an enormous lion turtle hidden deep beneath the swamp's waters. Said creature had been bound there by Gunglot's great-grandfather. Grandfather. No, it was her father, sorry. Gunglot's father, many, many years ago. And the team have been tasked with meeting with this creature, breaking the curse that is binding her there, and bringing her on side to help improve the chances of Gunglot's clan defeating the rivals and retake her position as Jarl of the Hill Giants. After arriving at this remote swampland location, Ember started to get a bit of a bad feeling about the necrotic energy present in the land around this swamp. Lyra, however, took this as an opportunity to test some mushrooms, resulting in explosive growth of fungal spores around the borders of this cursed land. Oopsies indeed. Travelling through into the area of small islands rising above the fetid swamp water, the group were able to call upon Mauler and briefly speak with her, this ancient entity seeming very resigned to its fate, trapped in these swamplands forever, promising the party that in their attempt to free it, they would most likely die to the undead creature perpetuating this curse. We left off last session as an enormous, bloated figure began to pull itself free of the soft, loamy earth. Pond scum, broken sections of lichen and slime mold falling off its head and shoulders as it rises above the swamp water. 25-foot tall figure. What at first appears to be a hill giant, but warped and rotted. The corpse bloated and split down the center. This undead creature rising high above the swamp water below. And that is where we left off last session. We are going to be starting this session by rolling initiative.
Owen, I don't have control of my token, so I can't do that.
That is okay. I will give you control of your token. Make sure you click on your token and then click roll initiative.
Oh,
Wow.
no, Niles!
Oh no!
That could be
Plus
good.
5.
That could be good. That could be good.
Alrighty.
Ooh,
So,
19.
Niles,
Oh,
that is a 6. That is
Oh,
not
no!
ideal. Ember, that's another natural 1.
That one.
Holy
Ooh.
crap, it's really on two spectrums tonight.
I'll just
Me
add
and
you
Lyra at
in
the top and
Ember. That was a
Niles and Ember both
3.
at the bottom.
Wow.
I will not roll initiative for Harry because what I'm going to do to explain Harry's situation, as this figure begins to rise from the swamp below, you watch as over towards where Mauler, this enormous dragon turtle, dragon turtle. I think I said lion turtle before. That's Avatar Legends coming back to bite me. This enormous dragon turtle rising from the swamps behind. You watch as around her, mud begins to swirl and form these tiny flying creatures that gnaw and bite at her shell and flesh. Mud mephits summoned from the swampy land below. Harry is going to quickly dash over and call out to you lot. I'll take care of... Hang on, what does he sound like? He's a Kiwi, isn't he? Oh, it's alright guys, I'm going to go take care of Mauler. You take care of the big thing. Good luck! And Harry sprints over and begins stabbing the mud mephits.
Hold on.
Alrighty. The only initiative that we need to bring across that you can't currently see is the Barrowghast. That's okay. It rolled a 2.
Almost
Nice.
that.
Wow.
Yay.
I
Oh my
rolled
god, that's actually hilarious.
Yeah, rolled absolutely atrociously for that.
I don't know if I'm even gonna bother aligning.
Yeah, probably not there. Hey,
Nice.
Hey, you're better than
Yeah.
even Ember's better than it. Oh, that's hilarious.
That's
Sorry,
really
that's,
funny.
that's unfortunate for me. Alrighty, let's go into initiative straight away, and I will bring us across to a battle map. Perfect. That has worked beautifully. I'll just. There we go, Alan. Perfect.
Oh, look at
Alrighty. Starting off at the top of the round is Threign.
Oh, he's pumped. He pricked his finger to draw this thing to him.
Oh, yeah.
So he is
That's
more
right.
than ready for battle. He's actually been giddily sort of waiting there, just sort of sitting there, tapping his foot. He sees this massive creature loom out from the distance of the swamp, and he sort of looks at you and goes, "Huh. Oh, I hope you're all ready for some fun. I definitely am." And then he looks at the thing. Well, I won't wait for you, Zol. You'll stay here. I'll go in. He then looks at the thing, looks back at you all, lets out a massive, thunderous laugh, and then he starts charging forward. When he's charging forward, he grabs out his battle axe. He starts screaming a battle cry at the top of his lungs, probably to his god, actually.
Yeah.
So his
Oh,
god
wow.
is. Let me just quickly look that up. I did write it.
Probably
you
would have
have-
been
you have
a
a
now. Right?
It is,
Father
yeah.
of the Giants.
And I'm the All Father. So
Yeah.
I'll probably just shout at the top of my lungs, All Father or something. That's probably a lot easier to shout. And then as I'm running forth, you start seeing me just sort of get into this like blood frenzy almost. Like he gets this smile creep across his face. He starts sort of having this blizzard sort of swirling up around him, and he starts growing. He almost like his muscles start bulging as he rages with the bonus action, and he starts growing bigger and stronger. Like he becomes sizably larger as he rages. And when he rages, the first time we've all seen it as a Path of the Giant Barbarian.
Yeah, this is good. Like talk it through, because like this is a brand new
I need
class
to-
that no one's played
It's
before.
not showing it there, so I'll need to actually look in the features and traits. Where is that?
It's under your Giant's Havoc.
Here we go.
Giant's Havoc,
It's
I
Giant's
believe.
Havoc, yeah.
Yep.
So while raging, you gain the following benefits. I won't explain these for now.
Yeah.
But as he rages and he's rushing forward, his muscles, like I said, start bulging. He has this blizzard form around him as he starts growing in stature and size. And he goes from medium to large. He
Oh,
actually
wow.
increases his size up a tier. And with the little giant thing as well, which is a little fun fact, when I am large like this, I technically have the carrying capacity of a huge creature,
Yeah.
Cool.
which is a bit of fun. And then
Wow.
I'm going to sprint at him. Battle axe in hand. Now I get 10-foot reach, so I don't actually have to be in reach, but I'm going to because I'm a barbarian.
Yep.
I need to get into combat with him. And you know what? I think as he's laughing and running forward, how does grappling, that only, like the tavern brawler thing, you get to use an attack and grapple,
Yeah.
right?
So instead of taking the action, I think you swap it for. I believe you swap it for a grapple instead.
Yes, I see.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, hold on. If you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this attack replaces one of them, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
So it replaces an attack action.
Yeah.
So if you get multi
Alright,
attack,
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I have multi-attack on level 5. I'm going to attempt to grapple him as I rush forward and try and force him prone.
So you're trying
Okay.
to force him prone or trying to grapple him? Because grapple will reduce his speed to 0. If you're trying to knock him prone, that's a bit different.
Ah, okay. Well, I definitely want to grapple him anyway because that'd be fun.
Yeah, cool.
Because can I try and force him prone? Is that a thing?
Not so much. There's like special things that let you do that. If it's
Okay.
not specifically mentioned, it's not something you can do.
Usually, I think with grappling, you have to grapple and then you have to force to prone. I think it's like
Yeah,
two
you can
steps.
you
Basically.
kind of
Okay.
like pull them down. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's grapple him first anyway and take it from there, hey?
Okay.
So-
cool.
Because I'm raging, I think I get advantage
I
on...
think it's on athletics checks, so you would have advantage.
Yeah.
You use one free hand to do this. You can make a grapple check instead of an attack roll. So it's contested by its strength or dexterity.
Yep. So I'm going to roll with advantage. Let's go. 16. Not the best, but
Alrighty,
actually
I will
not too
roll
bad.
for the Barrowghast. 23. Sorry, that is a +6 to strength.
Damn.
Ooh,
But-
wow.
Regardless, as I rush forward, I lock arms with this massive beast. Everyone else behind me sees this massive Threign, like almost double his size now, probably. Rush forth and smack all his force into the Barrowghast. But the Barrowghast is a massive giant himself, and he's able to take it.
Yeah.
And then I sort of laugh heartily as I then grab my great axe and then thrust in for an attack.
Is that a two-handed
When-
weapon?
Yes.
So you can't use it because one of your hands is being used to grapple.
Oh.
Right?
I have new things
because
to learn.
so when you grapple, you have to have at least one hand free to do the grapple.
Mm.
But I'm not grappling because I failed it, so technically I'm not grappling anymore.
That's true. You did fail. That's a
It
really
would
good
probably-
point. That's absolutely
It'd
that's a
probably
good
work
point.
if I grappled him. If I grappled him, it wouldn't have worked, and I would have to have used. Then I
Yeah.
probably would have just forced him prone. But because he's pushed me off, I'm now back with the free hand, so I can go. For an attack,
I
imagine.
would agree with that. I'm happy to agree with that.
Cool. All right. So, yes. All right. And I'm going to do my Strike of the Giants, Frost Strike. Once per turn when I hit a creature there. So let's try and attack him first. So I'm going to Reckless attack him anyway, because that's the
Yep.
good old Barbarian way. 21 to hit. 10 slashing.
21 definitely hits.
Perfect. So that's
Of the damage.
10 slashing plus 2 because I'm raging. So 12.
Yep.
And then I'm going to do Strike. Where is it? Frost Strike. Once per turn, when you hit a target with a melee weapon attack, or a ranged weapon attack using a thrown weapon, you can imbue that attack with an additional effect. The target takes an extra 1d6 cold damage. If the target is a creature, it must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or its speed is reduced to 0 until the start of my next turn. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 4 frost damage as I bring my axe forth, and this swirling blizzard sort of starts swirling around it. The ice on my hands and on my face starts sort of showing a lot more and glistening sort of around and forming and moving. And then the axe, imbues it with this frosted energy as I smack into its side with it.
So con save from me, that is a 15. Does that pass? What's your
That
DC?
is the DC.
That is the DC. Okay.
But
That
that's
does pass,
fine. No
unfortunately.
issues.
As you
Nice, big boy.
strike true, you watch as the outer flab of this rotten, hulking titan begins to cover in a thin layer of frost. The creature turns its head towards you, looking down at you, Threign, and you can see that one of its eyes is completely rotted, leaving this gaping orbit. The other eye, this milky white. Ugh. Ugh, as it looks down at you, Threign.
Perfect.
Being in proximity to this creature, it stinks. It is foul. The smell of death and decay pours off this creature in waves. It is foul beyond all description. Anything else on your turn?
Bonus action done. Main action done. I think I'm good.
Alrighty, let's pass over to the Spore Druid Lyra.
Alright, so not super keen on jumping into the depths of the swamp itself and the watery
fair. Yeah.
miasma. So she's going to sort of call upon the power of the bioluminescent mushrooms and try and get them to sort of concentrate on this Barrowghast. So casting Fairy Fire.
I believe that
On
is a
him,
dex save for me, isn't it?
I think so. Let me
This
just
may
double
come as a
that.
shock, but the Barrowghast, a enormous undead hill giant, is not very dexterous.
What
That is
do
a
you
Yeah, and so-
6.
mean?
She's specifically casting that within that line where Threign isn't going to be cast
Yeah.
up in it,
Yep.
but that 20-foot cube is like right on the edge. So
Yeah.
if there's any other sneakies in that same area within that 20-foot.
I think that should be fine to cast that Fairy Fire just so that it hits the Barrowghast. Yeah, you watch as these spores begin to glow softly, shooting out of the end of your staff, filling the air before drifting down, almost like a snow, this beautiful falling starlight snow. And as they settle onto the body of the Barrowghast, The spores grow explosively, same as they did before when you were first walking into the swamplands and playing around with your spores, Lyra. You watch as the fungus, the mycelium grows on the Barrowghast's body immediately. The surface of its skin quickly covered in these soft, glowing, almost like bracket fungus, providing a very clear, easy target. And weakening the upper dermis as the mycelium feeds on its flesh.
And then I think with the rest of her movement, she's just sort of gonna spread out a little bit from the others and take a couple of steps to the side, just so that we're not all in a giant clump.
Brilliant.
So that's it for Lyra.
Looks like it is Niles' turn.
Yeah, so you see Niles just with like one powerful wing beat just sort of whoosh, flies up from the ground and begins to just move very quickly over towards Threign, probably targeting the other side of the Barrowghast, trying to get in around the side. Niles is going to fly 40 feet and sort of on the side of this Barrowghast, sort of flying up, probably up towards chest head height. Is just going to try and hit this thing in some sort of maybe critical area of the body.
Yeah,
not that
you have advantage because of the fairy fire.
I do indeed. So yeah, Niles is just going to unload on this Barrowghast's upper body.
The Druid monk combo 1-2 punch fairy fire followed by flurry of blows. It's very rare for the Druid to get the fairy fire out first round, but when it happens.
Oh man, fair
22 and 25. Yeah, I mean, obviously they hit.
Yeah. That was just a roll with the advantage. I was just seeing if I critted. I'm going to roll my damage. That's 7.
7 bludgeoning damage. Brilliant.
Is Fairy Fire down now, or is it still
No, it's up until Lyra stops concentrating.
It's concentrating for like a minute
10
or something.
turns. 10 turns until I lose cons.
Yeah,
That's
so
very good
don't
to
worry
know.
about that. Just keep pumping, man.
26 and 21. We'll take the 26. That hits 10 damage.
I'm going to use a key point to stunning blows as well.
Absolutely. It makes a con save, I believe, correct?
I'm doing a flurry of blows.
Oh, flurry blows. I heard stunning blow, and I was like, stunning strike. Nope, all good.
I am also going to use stunning strike.
Okay, cool. I'll make a con save.
Nice.
That is an 18 on the Constitution save. I'm guessing that's a pass.
Definitely
No,
pass.
it looks like it has good con.
I'm going to let you know right now it has good con.
Yeah.
What do you mean? But that dex though.
The dex is pretty cool.
That's cool. I mean, I'm going to use my flurry of blows, which means I get another 2 hits, and with this fairy fire up, I am definitely going to take advantage of that. That's a 19 and a 17.
We'll take the 19 because it's with advantage. That
19,
hits.
Yep, that's going to be another further 11 points of
11
bludgeoning
bludgeoning
damage.
damage. This is
And
solid damage, guys.
Nice.
And then for the final hits...
17 and 27. We'll take the 27. 9 more damage.
Yeah. So yeah, you see Niles just going ham. He's striking. He's like trying to like strike vital parts of the bottom of this monstrosity, like, kind of realizing that probably against an undead target, it's maybe not having the same.
You'll hear Threign go, "Ha! Nice work, Bird. Keep it up."
Brilliant. Niles, as you pull your claws back from this series of blows, you look down at your hands, your fists. The monster's flesh has just caved underneath this onslaught of attacks, and a layer of skin has sloughed off onto your hands. And as you sort of like flick it off, it splashes into the swamp water next to you. Yeah, it is disgusting.
Gross. Yeah.
This creature is foul. Anything else on your turn, Niles?
No, that's all I can do on this turn.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote.
Ember, it's time to bring the fire.
Yes, so I'm going to run. Well, if I can actually get my character to move, but I'm going to move up 30 feet. So I'm going to use my full movement so that way I can get right up near the lovely big guy, and I'm going to throw my emblem with fire directly at him.
Brilliant.
So, so he's obviously summoning my wildfire spirit, and he's going to make a dexterity saving throw.
Brilliant. He's not very good at dexterity saving throws, as we mentioned before.
Awesome.
That is a... Oh, shit! That's a 15.
He passes, unfortunately.
I rolled a 16. I rolled a 16 minus 1
Wow.
is 15.
Wow. Yeah, no, it passes a 14, so that is
Sorry.
a shame. No, that's okay. And with my bonus action, I'm going to get him to teleport back onto me. So the 15 feet back in my direction, just literally sitting on my shoulder. So he has to make another dexterity saving throw.
Oh, is it when it enters and leaves the zone?
With the teleportation, yeah.
Oh, shit. That's brutal. Let me make another dexterity saving throw. That is a 0.
Well, yep.
Crit
That'll
fail.
Crit fail.
So that is 2 damage, unfortunately.
No, that's okay. Hey, it's all good. Let me quickly mark that off. 2 damage. The fire, it all adds up. Alrighty, perfect. So,
Oh, actually, sorry. It should be 5 because it says it's 1d6 plus my proficiency bonus, which is 3. So,
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
No, all good. I will mark that off right now. So the teleportation, that's just essentially doing summon wildfire spirit again. Is it?
yeah, so it's 2d6 for the initial summon, 1d6 for the fiery teleportation from there.
Ah, gotcha. I was just trying to find the fiery teleportation. I'm having don't worry, that's okay. I will find it later.
Yeah, nice.
Alrighty, I'll add that extra damage on. Perfect. Anything else in your turn, Ember?
No, that is it in the moment.
Okay. Alrighty. The Barrowghast.
Uh-oh.
You
Bring it
watch as the enormous hulking creature sort of slowly tilts its head. It's cracking of bone and flesh as it looks around. It looks down. The 2 creatures that have just attacked it, Threign and Niles, and it's going to make 2 slam attacks. 1 against Threign, 1 against Niles. Threign.
The one against Threign has advantage.
That is true. Thank you very much. It's actually going to turn that slam attack against you, Threign, into a life drain in that case.
Shit.
Threign, does a 18 hit you?
Yep.
And Niles does a... that's a 24. I'm guessing that does hit you, Niles.
Yeah, that hits me.
Sorry
What do
about
you
that.
mean?
Threign,
What do you
I need
mean?
you to please make me a Constitution saving throw. You're also going to take 12 points of necrotic damage.
Is that-
That's all right.
14 is not enough. Your hit point
Oh,
maximum is reduced by that 12 necrotic damage.
Well, damn.
What?
Yeah, your hit point maximum is reduced by that.
Well, that's not good.
In addition,
Is that a life drain for me as well?
no, it's
No.
not a life drain for you. So
No,
yours
okay.
is just going to be 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
These
Um,
things happen. Roll the punches.
As the huge creature slams down one fist into Niles, sending you tumbling backwards into the murky water, Niles. Yeah, I imagine that's the noise. The other hand just grabs you by the face, Threign, and begins crushing your skull. You quickly get your axe out and manage to push yourself away, probably carving into one of the fingers to help knock its grip off your head. But it's too late. As you pull the hand away, you feel this weakness suddenly surge through you, and you watch as the creature turns and licks its lips, its tongue half severed.
Oh, wait, you
and
know what I'm
covered
going to
in-
do?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my Stone Endurance as a reaction.
Okay.
I'm going to
That
try
halves
and
it, I believe,
negate a
doesn't it?
lot of that damage. No. When you take damage, I can use a reaction to reduce the damage taken by 1d12 plus 3. So
Nice.
depending, I might be able to cancel that completely.
Yeah.
So I will explain this real quick. It's almost like when he places his hand on my head, starts doing some necrotic sort of energy sapping. It's almost like this.
Do you want to
I guess,
retexture it as
like-
Frost's endurance
Yeah,
for you? Because
it's
you're
probably
Frost
like
giant.
frost endurance. It's almost like this blizzard sort of starts forming around me again. I almost turn maybe I become a bit more like this. My skin more resembles that of an actual frost giant. Becomes
Yeah.
more like a light blue in this regard.
Yep.
And it has that frost sheen over it still. So let's roll a dice. 10. I reduced it by 10.
So that's only 2 damage that you take, and
Yeah, so
reduce
it's
your
only-
hit point maximum by 2.
That's a lot nicer.
That's a lot nicer. The creature smiles and you watch as its head turns towards you, Threign, this mouth full of rot, missing teeth, and as the tongue, half severed and covered in sections of boiled and melted flesh, just licks its lips as it looks down at you.
You probably would have liked a bit more, I imagine. Sorry that I couldn't help you in that regard.
It responds in a language that nobody here speaks. Alrighty. Threign, it is back up to you. However, as you are starting your turn within 10 feet of the Barrowghast, I need you to make a DC Constitution saving throw, please, to avoid being poisoned.
Constitution.
Roll high on this one.
Wow, crit.
That
one. I have actually rolled
one.
really not that great tonight, actually, for a lot of this stuff.
You are poisoned for 1 minute. While poisoned in this way, you cannot regain hit points. You have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
That's fine.
I guess with Fairy Fire that cancels out, so it's neutral.
It does. If I reckless attack, I still get advantage.
Well, no, you've got disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. So if you use
But then Fairy Fire makes it go back to 0.
Yeah.
And then if I do reckless attack on top of it, does that make it go to advantage?
Yeah, I guess it would. Yeah, I guess it would.
I think that makes sense. We'll probably have to look at the
I would argue that it does.
details of that,
I would argue that it does.
We'll do that a bit later on.
But yeah, you cannot regain hit points until this effect wears off for 1 minute.
So does that last for a minute? Do I get to do it at every end of my turn?
Lasts for a minute. No? After that point, you are immune for 24 hours.
Okay, I see. No issues. All right, well, I'm just going to attack him twice, I think.
Yeah.
Great Axe, load that up. And I'm going to do Reckless Attack just to get those advantage out. So, 24 to hit, 16 slashing.
24 will hit, 16 slashing.
Look, I'm just going to chuck everything into this to try and finish this dude off. So I'm going to do, yet again, another Frost Strike as the frost sort of collects around my axe as it thrusts into, yet again, this creature's decaying flesh. And I'll do another 2 Frost on top. And he has to do a DC check again for Con. So Con saving throw.
Saving throw.
15 is the DC.
That's a 24.
That's fine. It's not a big deal. It only makes him reduce to 0 movement, so it's not a big deal. And I'm going to attack him again.
Yeah, go for it.
16 to hit.
16 hits, 7 slashing damage.
7 slashing damage. Sorry. Add 4
is this slashing damage, did you say?
Yep.
I need you and Niles to both make me a dexterity saving throw as you slice into the Barrowghast with this slashing damage.
Fine.
Its stomach splits open, spilling this caustic spray in a 20-foot cone outside of it. Any creature.
Shit.
Terrifying.
Yeah, this thing's awful. This is from the new Big B's Glory of the Giants.
I hate it.
It's the worst.
So much.
Yeah, it's the worst.
That hits Flicker as well.
Let me just double
Meant to be on
check.
top of me, so.
No. It's just sorry. It's just each creature within 5 feet. Sorry, I was wrong. So it's just Threign and Niles. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. 4 damage though, because I add 2 for each of the attacks because of range.
Done. And could I get you to make me a dexterity saving throw? Niles, 15 is a fail.
I need to see something. Danger sense. I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that I can see. Why not blind, deafened, and incapacitated? So I get to make this as advantage.
I'd argue that. Yep. I'd argue that.
Wait.
21.
Yeah. Matt, you good?
No, I can't do it. That's okay.
Sorry. What was it?
21.
Okay. So 21 is a pass. You are going to take 6 poison damage from this. Niles, 12 for you.
Okay.
As this spray of caustic stomach acid just explodes from its belly as you slash it open, covering your feathers and your cloaks, causing the area around you as it hits the surface of the swamp water. It hisses.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. This thing's the worst, man.
All right, so that's my attack and my bonus action. Oh no, not bonus action, but attack. Cool. All right.
Okay. Lyra, it is your turn. Yes, Lyra, it is your turn.
Alright, so tossing up on what my best option for damage is. She's really not keen on getting close to this guy after sort of seeing him spray stomach gases and whatnot.
Well, it's actually
around.
not bad having you at the back because the fairy fire is very helpful at the moment.
Yeah, so she's going to stick where she is and sort of, guessing that with the origins of this guy, that a necrotic type damage probably isn't going to do the most, but all the same, she's going to bring out sort of a necrotic mushroomy hand and try and grab it around his ankles and casting Chill Touch at him.
Brilliant. I believe that's a spell attack for Chill Touch. 20,
Yep.
that hits. 6
20 to
necrotic
hit.
damage.
6 necrotic.
You watch as this blast of necrotic energy enters the creature. Seems to have no effect.
Alright.
Yeah,
in that
makes
case, she's
Sorry.
gonna sort of hunker up right where she is and try and keep the glowing mushroom spores going.
Alrighty, brilliant. The spray of stomach acid that hits the surface of the water, you watch as the mud underneath begins to bubble and shift, and emerging from deep under the mud, an enormous creature, almost similar in size and shape to the Barrowghast, but made of the mud itself, begins to rise up from the fetid swamp water.
No, it's
As
funny.
it does so, it roars, spraying
Oh, no.
this mud all over and begins sprinting for Lyra. 5,
No!
10, 15, 20. Sorry, Lyra. Sorry.
Harry, we need you back.
Harry, you watch as Harry is currently fighting off against this horrific looking... Actually, tell you what, I can put the artwork for each of these in the chat if you'd like to see a full version of it. This is the
Sure.
No.
This is the Mud Hulk. This is also from Big
That
B's
is
Glory
cool.
of the Giants.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool art.
I think we're going to see a lot of these new monsters.
I am happy to share that you're going to see lots of the new Big B stuff. Lyra, does I'm guessing a 19 hits you?
Yep, that hits.
You
no, the
are going
fairy
to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to also make me a strength saving throw, please.
Oh no, famously so great at that.
That's a
Oh,
6.
man.
You watch as this creature just emerges from the fetid swamp water and slams into Lyra. The mud that falls off its arm as it hits Lyra begins to coalesce, and then it leans down, and you watch as with this slurping motion, Lyra is pulled into the belly of this creature as it is made of mud. It's just pulled inside. Lyra, while
And
engulfed...
we have our hands full right now. Where to go
Lyra.
and help you?
You are engulfed by the Mud Hulk. While engulfed, you can't breathe, you are restrained, and you are going to take some damage at the beginning of each of your turn.
In terms of con saves
Hello.
for the fairy fire,
I'm going to need you to make me a con save for the Fairy Fire, please. DC is 12 for the bludgeoning damage that you took.
oh no!
Oh my
It's a 9. You watch
rolls.
the mushrooms on the back of the creature. As soon as Lyra is pulled inside this muddy
suffocate.
monstrosity, the mushrooms just wither and die, turning into ash as Lyra is pulled inside the Mud Hulk.
That's not good.
Okay.
No, that's not at all.
That is the Mud Hulk's go. It's feeling pretty good now. Niles, it's your turn.
Fuck.
I think that kind of sums it up.
I look at Threign. Threign looks like he's enjoying himself.
Yeah.
fighting
Oh,
this
100%.
Barrowghast.
I am just sitting there, like, carving it out, just
Yeah.
laughing, like, raucously as I'm going about it.
Yeah.
And ironically, I haven't actually taken that much damage, like, because of the stones or the frost endurance. Thank God for that.
Do you want to know something that's really scary? This is the rebalanced version of this encounter with no Dave.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Good
God.
times. Good
This
I
is-
mean, by saying that, though, we would have Harry at least, so that would help. So,
I've
makes sense.
rebalanced it for no Dave as you watch as Harry is fighting off these mud mephits on the back of Mauler, stabbing them with, frankly, a frightening amount of glee.
Okay, this is what Niles is going to do.
Okay.
Niles is going to use a bonus action to Step of the Wind. He's going to burn another precious key point in doing so. But he's going to do so seeing his friend Lyra just get engulfed by this new combatant. So you see Niles looks at Threign and goes, "Oh, you better finish this quick! I'm off to save Lyra." And you just see him just zoom very quickly all the way towards this mud hulk.
I think Threign's so like not even notice
You
the
wouldn't
mud hulk.
even hit him.
So I'll be like, I think what would happen is I wouldn't notice the mud hulk. I'll just see you run. I'm like, running all soon. Why are you running? The fight has only just begun. The fun is here.
Do you track my movement as I do this, or do you?
No, I probably just see you. I probably just see you shoot out of my sight, and I just sort of laugh as I'm like, "Why are you running? The fun's here." As I keep fighting the Barrowghast.
Well,
You're flying, aren't you, Niles?
yeah.
Yeah, because that area around the mud hulk, anywhere within 15 feet of it, is difficult terrain as it
Good to
rises from the mud itself. Everything around it becomes
Good to know.
sticky and covered in this layer of goo.
Yep.
Again,
Niles is
this is just a Big B's Glory of the Giants standard monster. I have made no additions or changes to this. It's awful.
And Niles is just going to punch the mud. As
Punch
best
the
as
mud.
he can.
Punch that mud.
Punch that mud. I mean, yeah. Look, I don't know if Niles knows if there's any area about a mud hulk that's good to hit, but he's just gonna try.
You probably want to see the Barrowghast too. This
Oh, that's a crit though. Woo!
Hey, that's nice.
Very nice. Natural 20. Absolutely. Roll me some damage, please.
Cool.
8
So
damage.
we do 8. Well, that's 8 plus. What do
Yeah,
you
that
do?
Barrowghast looks cool.
Yeah, so it's 8 plus
Yeah.
a full d6, so that is going to be 14.
Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And I get a second attack as well, because I'm level 5 now, so that's no good, though.
10
That's gonna
is
be
not
it.
quite enough. As you slam into the surface of the mud creature, your hand just goes inside the mud and you have to
Yeah.
pull it free, spraying mud back behind you.
I like to think that I hit a really good part of the mud that was like a little bit dried the first time, and I did
Yeah.
some damage, and then I'm like, aha! And then I follow up with another one, and I just hit the wet part.
Oh, actually, sorry,
I'm like,
Niles. I
ooh.
should have had you at the beginning of your turn. I also needed you to make a Constitution saving throw as
Oh,
you
of
were within
course,
5
yeah.
feet of the Barrowghast. Sorry, I
I
did
was
just
indeed. That's a
no 10
a
feet of the
Constitution
Barrowghast.
saving. Constitution.
Yes, please.
Famously not super high. Let's give it a whirl. That's an 11.
That
That's
is
gonna
a
be bad.
fail. So technically,
Wait.
you would have had
The
disadvantage
crit
on that first
doesn't
attack.
happen.
So, what I'll get you to do, unfortunately, the crit
Oh,
is cancelled out by the
no.
10, but would you like to make another unarmed strike?
Sure.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a natural one.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Damn.
So roll. That's how the cookie crumbles.
That's how it goes sometimes, unfortunately. Yeah, you strike at this creature, but Niles, you're used to dealing with flesh and blood. This creature is made of mud itself. It is animated mud, almost like an elemental in some ways. And as you strike at it again and again, you just can't seem to find a weak spot, an area where the key is flowing. You're not even sure this creature has key.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm trying. I'm trying my best.
Trying your very best. Anything else in your turn, Niles?
Do I take any damage from that stuff, or am I just poisoned?
The poison... No, you're just poisoned for a minute, and you can't regain hit points, but you don't take
So I
any
am
damage.
poisoned. No, that's cool. I'll just set myself as a condition. So I am poisoned. Great. Great. Cool. That's all I can do. I've used my bonus
Are you
action to get
deafened as
there,
well?
My attack.
Everyone is from the shouting, I think that... Oh no, why are you still deafened? That was from before. I
Oh,
think.
that was from. No, that was from when we were in that orb, the sphere.
I
Inside
still
the
had it
sphere,
ticked
yeah.
on. I forgot to turn it off.
All good.
I'm just regular old poison. That's where I'm at.
Hell yeah!
Sweet, cool. Niles is just going to try and not get engulfed by the mud. That's
Brilliant. As you watch Niles, you see a hand push out from the belly of the mud hulk before being pulled back in again. As you watch Lyra just like sucked inside this monstrous mud creature.
Yeah.
Ember, It is your go.
Okay, so
Yeah,
seeing-
it is a bit like that.
Welcome back, Sai.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Combat with Owen.
I know, this is great. So first thing I'm going to do is seeing Lyra being swallowed by a big pit of mud. I'm going to send Flicker directly across, and so he can fly 30 feet,
Perfect.
and so he'll get. So it's what, about 20-ish feet?
Yeah. I'll chuck you
To
next
get
to it
there
so that
roughly?
you're not inside the same space. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can easily get up to it. No problems.
Great. And what I want to do is, you can tell me if this will technically work or not, but I want to use my the teleportation again. So it says that the spirit and each willing creature of my choice within 5 feet of it teleport up to 15 feet to unoccupied space I can see.
Oh.
So I would like to teleport Lyra and Niles 15 feet out and leave the creature there.
That is
Ooh.
such a good question. Could you use this to pull Lyra out of the mud hulk? It doesn't
I
say
have
that.
to see the
Yeah, it doesn't say you need to
There's
see
a
her.
willing creature.
The spirit
And I
of each
guess you
willing
did
creature
see it
within 5
happen,
feet.
so you sort of know where
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Interesting.
There is no reason why this wouldn't work.
fantastic. So he will have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously, if the enormous creature made of rotten flesh has good DC, good dexterity, the
Oh yes,
spawn of its
definitely.
loins, the mud monster. Oh, it's not bad. 14. Does that fail?
14 is the
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So
It needs
Damn.
it. I'm so sorry.
but that's fine. All good.
Oh,
And-
Lyra. You
No,
dead.
the teleportation still works. It's just that the creature doesn't take any damage.
That's true. The
So-
teleportation does still work. Where would you like to teleport
Correct.
Lyra?
So it'll be 15 feet back towards me. It'll be Lyra and Niles. So I'm just assuming that Niles wants to come with if we're all within the same. Yep. And I can only do 15 feet. So what's that? 5, 10. Probably where I've placed the character now. So just outside that effect zone.
I'm just going to double check.
Niles is very grateful. He's very grateful.
Yeah, it's just each willing creature of your choice within 5 feet. There is nothing
think-
about needing
I
to
think
see
Lyra would
them.
be very willing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Extremely.
I can't hear a no, but I'm assuming that
You just hear this.
Oh, she's reaching bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As this is very, very nicely done, Sai. This is excellent work. As Flicker
Oh,
teleports, Phoenix Fire, you watch as there's this explosion of flame across the belly of the mudhole as it collapses back down into the mud before rising up again. It reaches down and tries to reach inside of itself, looking for Lyra. Over near this old dead tree, just sort of only 5-10 feet from you, Ember, you watch as Flicker emerges in this burst of flame, Niles and Lyra stepping out from behind it. Niles almost looking like a phoenix reborn in the flame. Lyra looking like a zombie raised from particularly muddy gravesite. She is just drenched in this thick, foul-smelling mud, but alive and no longer covered in, no longer restrained inside of its body. That was really good, Lyra, because at the beginning of your next turn, if you had failed another strength save, you would have taken some acid damage for being inside of its belly.
Some, huh?
Some. I just rolled it then to see what it would have been. It only would have been 4, so it wouldn't have been that bad.
Okay, it's not bad.
But that's awesome. Brilliant. Anything else on your turn, Ember?
Yeah, so that's my bonus action.
Yeah.
And the last sort of thing I'll do with Flicker is he's moved 20 feet, so I might do the last 10 so he can just come sit back on my shoulder again. So I'll pop
Perfect.
his
Yeah,
character
just recall
next to
him.
mine. And then, the giant dead creature, I'm assuming he looks damaged, but I can't really tell how bad he's hurt. So I am going to produce flame, and I'm going to throw a ball of fire
Yeah.
at the Barrowghast. So
Make me a ranged spell attack. That's a natural
that is
20.
a nat 20.
Oh!
That is a natural
Holy
20.
shit!
Roll me some damage. This is going to be some brutal damage. I believe it's a D8 dice roll for produce flame.
Two
or is it a
D8. I'm a level
D6?
5 now.
2d8. Shit.
Oh wow.
So that's going to
Nice.
be 13 plus 16 because it's 2d8. So that's going to be a total of 29 points of fire damage.
Won't say no to that.
That's not bad.
That's great.
Amazing. As this burst of flame flies over the head of Threign, maybe not over his head, but maybe as it flies just like underneath Threign's arm as he swings down with the axe, it explodes against the chest of the Barrowghast. Some of the noxious fumes igniting briefly like a swamp gas and causing the Barrowghast to briefly be immolated by this sudden burst of fire.
Awesome.
Anything else on your
That will be
turn?
me.
That'd be you.
No, I think I'm pretty happy with where I'm standing as well. So
Barrowghast is going to move up between Threign and Ember, heading for Ember and Flicker. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 as it moves up to get a really nice attack between all of you. It's going to make one slam attack against Ember, one against Threign. Ali, could you roll me a d4, please? Odds is Ember, evens is Threign. Evens is Threign. Okay. I'm sorry, Threign, you're going to be on the receiving end of that life drain again.
No, that is fine.
Sorry. Okay, Ember, does a 16 hit you?
it does.
And Threign, I'm guessing a 22 hits you.
Yes.
I
Ow.
am so sorry in advance. I am rolling really nicely right now.
No, that's fine. Keep it
Ember, you're going to take 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
Sorry, 17 points of bludgeoning damage. Apologies, that is
That's
correct.
the thing.
They're looking good.
And Threign, you are going to take 10 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw again, please.
All right. Let me do the con save first. 18.
18 passes. You are not going to have your hit point maximum reduced. It is just damage, just necrotic damage for 8.
How much?
8.
I'm going to let that go through. I'm not going to do Stone's Endurance.
Cool.
I'll leave that for now.
Yeah, 8 points of necrotic damage. The Barrowghast is going to finish its turn. Threign, it is your go.
Oh, perfect. Well, I'm going to try and smack him again. I'm going to look. I'm having fun. I'm laughing. He's attacking me. I'm hitting him. I'm going to grab my battle axe again, my great axe, and I'm just going to start carving him up again, as it has been. So, yeah, cool. I'm going to reckless attack because why not?
Yeah, because otherwise
But
you'll
that
have
means-
disadvantage. So yeah,
Yeah,
It's just a normal
5
roll.
slashing. That is so crap.
19 hits, but 5 slashing.
That is not fun. 25 to hit. 13's a bit better.
25, 13. That's very, very nice. As you slam... oh, yeah?
4 plus as well, extra for the rage. Sorry, I always forget them.
Yep.
So
worries.
because 2 for both, 2 rage.
Perfect.
And you know what? I'm going to chuck in my last frost strike, and then get 1. But this is we need to eliminate things as quick as we can.
Yeah.
5 frost damage on top of that.
5 frost damage. Very, very nice. That is slashing damage for the axe, isn't it?
It is.
Flicker, Ember, and Threign. I am going to need all 3 of you to please
That
roll
is
me
fine.
a dexterity saving throw as this
21 was meant to
blast of... Yeah, 21 meant to be. As this blast of stomach acid once again bursts out from this creature in this spray. Ember 8
He
is
will have to roll a con save as well
the Barrowghast.
for the frost strike.
Yes, absolutely. That is a 15.
That's the DC again.
Oh, mate, I'm rolling on the DC tonight.
Wow. Right on it.
Twice he's gotten 15.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
these things happen.
that's how it goes. And is that for your
Oh, the
Is that
small pass spirit, yeah.
DC for the... Okay, that is also unfortunately still going to be a fail. So it's all right. I rolled really badly for the damage. Don't panic. So Threign, your dexterity save was a pass. You're only going to take 3 points of poison damage.
Nice.
Ember and Flicker, you're both going to take 7 points of poison damage.
Not good.
Sorry.
Not good.
Anything else on your turn, Threign?
No, all good.
Perfectamundo. Lyra, you're not inside this creature.
Yay!
Yay! Alright, so seeing how well Fairy Fire was doing for sort of all the others and knowing that she doesn't have a lot of spells that doesn't do necrotic damage, she's gonna try and bring that Fairy Fire back up on old mate, but not before running 30 feet in the other direction.
Just keep in mind you are currently in the difficult terrain section around the mud hulk.
So is that doubled there to get out of that?
So
that would be
10 to get out, and then you're good to go.
Alright, so I've got 20 left. So let's go 20 to the other side of that tree branch.
Just rushing across the edge of the island, closer to Harry. Lyra, as you look across at Harry, you can see the little bunny is still stabbing Mephits. At this point, he's got one on the ground. He's kneeling on its chest and stabbing it in the face repeatedly.
Yeah, she's doing her best to GTFO.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's gonna bring back up Fairy Fire, or at least she's gonna try.
On the Barrowghast?
On the Barrowghast, and sort of aiming, because it's got that 60-foot range. She's not, doing her best to sort of position it so it's not hitting any of the allies.
Oh, it's gonna be a close one. That's a 1.
Nice.
Rolled a 2, -1.
Woo!
Fairy Fire is back up once again. Brilliant. Anything else on your turn, Lyra?
Not other than carrowing like a coward.
Cool. Love it. There was another spray of stomach acid, wasn't there? Yeah, there was. You watch as bubbling away under the surface as the first mud hulk is about to strike, emerging from the water.
No.
Another creature made of mud begins to rise. Sorry, guys. And it's going to make a rush over towards Niles and Ember. I'll just check
that's not too bad.
I'll just
That's
check up the
better.
difficult terrain so that we can see it really clearly. 15 feet around it is difficult terrain. Perfect.
Yay!
The other
think
mud
I'm
hulk
flying.
is going to move. Yeah, I think you are flying. How far they can move?
Yeah.
They can move 40 feet. Sorry, Lyra. This one thought you were tasty and it's not happy about you getting away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Sorry. Lyra and Niles, they're going to target you because you two are the ones that are moving around a lot. Lyra,
Yay.
does a 14 hit you?
It does not!
Very
It is 15.
nice. You're gonna that is going to miss. Niles, what about a 20 unnatural?
Yeah, that's gonna hit me.
I am going to need you to make me a strength saving throw, Niles, please. And
Great.
you are going to take 12 points of
Ooh, that's
bludgeoning
20.
damage. 20 passes, holy shit. As this creature slams into you and tries to pull you inside its body, there is an anger and a rage there, and you force this thing off you, fighting back against it and preventing yourself being pulled
Man.
inside the mud hole.
Niles, as because I'm actually looking at you more now. As you fend that off, you hear this like raucous laughter. I go, ha ha! Yes, good work, bird.
Niles doesn't even respond.
Shouts-
'cause he is
shouts of encouragement.
He is so trying to not die at the moment. He doesn't
That's a
even
good call.
say anything back. Can I just ask what type of damage that was? Oh,
Bludgeoning damage, my friend.
good to know. All right.
Man, I need more of those bludgeoning damage. Where's mine? I keep getting necrotic. I don't have resistance to that.
Niles, it is your turn.
Oh, wait, no, it's not quick.
This is an awkward position for me. I kind of want to attack the Barrowghast now that I know that the Fairy Fire is on it, but I've got a Mud Hulk on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what Niles is going to do? He's going to do a bit of a pro gamer move, acknowledging the damage that he's just taken and being pushed around, bludgeoned around. He's not a big fan of that. He's actually going to use one of his new monk feats. Abilities, I should say. He's going to use a key point, of which he doesn't have many of left now, because he's burning through them at a rapid pace. But he's going to use his key point to synchronize himself. He's going to synchronize himself to the Mud Hulk that just attacked him. He's going to make himself resistant to bludgeoning damage from this thing.
Very nice. Yeah, nicely done.
Nice.
And then he's going to do a crazy maneuver. He's going to
dash away from
just
it.
going to move. I'm not.
Yep.
Well, I'm just going to move away normally.
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm
going to
going
take its attack of opportunity. Just keep in mind that if it hits you, it's going to try and pull you inside of it.
Oh, Matt, you can
if I move to next to Ember.
Oh, that's fine. You're
am I
fine there.
able-
Yeah, that's fine there.
Yeah, that's good.
Excellent. In that case, I won't take the opportunity attack.
No, you don't. Sorry.
Excellent. That's no. That's totally fine.
Are you resistant to bludgeoning damage or
From that
bludgeoning
creature?
damage just from that creature?
I am from that.
Okay.
From that creature.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it was either going to be that creature or the Barrowghast. Either one. It's kind
Yeah,
of
no,
whatever.
that's all good.
Cool. And then he's just going to regular attack because he's poisoned and has disadvantage on attack. So he's just going to regular attack the Barrowghast and try to take it down. That's a 12. That's going to miss.
You have advantage,
I
remember,
assume.
because of Fairy Fire.
Attack
Oh,
again?
no, but you've got disadvantage because of the poison. Sorry.
No, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Damn it.
12 does miss, unfortunately.
24. It's a bit better though.
24 definitely hits.
For 9.
9 damage. Very nicely done.
There's a bit of desperation in Niles' attacks now, sort of realizing the situation, and the growing number of Mudhawks that seem to be just appearing. He's not a fan of that. So he's just going to try and focus the Barrowghast now.
Alrighty.
That's him.
Ember, it is your turn. I should say, Ember, unfortunately you are starting your turn within 10 feet of the Barrowghast. I'm going to need you to make me a
yes.
Constitution saving throw, please, to avoid being poisoned.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
Join the club.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 13.
That's a fail. Please enjoy
Uh,
your poison status. You cannot regain hit points, and you have a disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. I am so sorry to say.
Good times.
Yay.
Are you though?
Yay.
I am very sorry. I'm on your side, guys.
I'm feeling quite damaged and hurt and angry. So,
You're in a really tough spot.
yeah.
Between
I'm feeling a lot of
Barrowghast
emotions right
and a
now.
Mudhawk.
Yeah.
Not an enviable position.
One of those main emotions is just pain. So what I'm going to do is I want to. So when we were talking to the Queen earlier, she gave that little vial or the little plant. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she gave me a little branch or something, right?
Oh, the mistletoe.
Yeah.
Mistletoe, that's what it was. I'm going to grab that.
Well, holly. I
And
think it was holly. Sorry.
the whole, yeah. I'm going to just throw it at the Barrowghast.
Yep.
So I just hit him. And then I am going to use Flicker's teleportation to move 15 feet out of the way of both of these creatures.
Perfect. You should be able to
So
move your
we'll
tokens,
go-
move yourself wherever you would like to go within 15 feet.
And I'm taking Niles with me because Flicker is sitting on top. So,
Yeah, Flicker is on your shoulders. Absolutely.
so I don't know if you want to come with me, Niles,
Yeah.
but we're heading 15 feet out this way.
Sure. I'll go with you.
So just outside the circle.
Nice.
I've
Great.
got pretty good movement, so I can always come back. Nice. Thank you.
Well, what I want to do now is for my actual action, I would like to cast. If I can find my mouse, I'm going to cast Plant Growth.
Ooh.
Oh!
I'm going to center it on the Barrowghast, with the main idea being that little bit of the holly or what have you being the center of it. And so
Oh, that's cool.
it's going to create a 100-foot radius centered on the point of the Barrowghast of, what does it say? It becomes thick and overgrown. A creature moving through this area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
So, centered on the Barrowghast. And I can actually choose an area within that space to not be affected, which I will choose to be pretty much the the 10 feet that Niles and I are standing in right now.
So what's the radius of the plant growth? It's 40 feet, did you say?
100 feet.
That's how wide it is, the 100 feet.
100 feet radius, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's the whole map.
Pretty much.
Holy crap.
And that is pretty much my turn.
Okay. Amazing. The Barrowghast is not going to move. It's just going to turn all its attention towards Threign, and it's going to make 2 attacks against Threign. One of these is going to be a slam attack. One is going to be a life drain attack, Threign.
Yep.
Does a 16 hit you?
That does.
And what about a 22?
That does.
Okay, this is going to be a little bit nasty. That is going to be... Oh, fuck me. 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright, so that gets half.
Halved to 10.
Yep.
And then 8 points of necrotic damage.
I'm going to Stone's Endurance, at least in necrotic.
Yep. And I'll get a Constitution save as well. I'll get a con save too to see if it reduces your hit point maximum. That's a 4 on the Frost's Endurance.
Yeah.
13.
That is
I'm not rolling very well.
Just a fail. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 4.
That's not too bad.
Could be worse.
That's fucked.
The Barrowghast is then going to... How's it doing? It's not super happy about that. The Barrowghast is going to reach out with one of its hands towards the closest mud hulk, and you watch as it reaches out with its hand, pulling, and the mud hulk falls apart into nothingness, falling apart just back into mud, disappearing. And you watch as the mud flows around the Barrowghast's body and begins sealing some of the wounds that it has taken.
Oh, what the fuck?
This is not something from the original module. This is now Owen doing DM fuckery.
That's good and bad. Good and bad in a way.
It's terrible for me because I use a key point to be resistant to its attack, but now it's gone. Fuck.
As its essence absorbed into the Barrowghast, then you might have bludgeoning still.
Yeah, I'm happy to rule that, Niles.
Oh,
really?
nice.
Oh, amazing.
I'm happy to rule that.
Owen
Like
is gracious
when
DM.
you do that align key, I'm actually happy for it to be a creature type, and you are because that kind of makes more sense. Like if you're in a combat with like that kind of makes more sense to me.
I like it.
So
that's great.
you are resistant to bludgeoning from mudhulks, and to be fair, both of these mudhulks are the same creature that have come from the Barrowghast. So
that's cool. I like that.
Threign, at the top of the round, it is your turn.
Look, I'm going to attack again.
Wait, really?
As always.
Cool. What
With
is the
reckless
shit!
attack.
You reckless attacked. I should quickly roll see if it had a crit on any of those. I realized I should roll with advantage. It didn't. Carry on.
Okay.
Nothing changes.
All right. Well, it has Fairy Fire. Does it have Fairy Fire?
Still has Fairy Fire up.
Cool. So I'm going to reckless attack, so it makes it advantage again because I'm still poisoned.
Oh yeah.
26 hits.
26 hits.
16 slashing, so 18 slashing.
Brilliant.
Do the reaction now if you want.
Thank you very much. It sprays out acid around it. Could I please have you make me a dexterity saving throw, Threign? Only you.
16.
16 passes. You take 6 damage. 6 poison damage.
Right, yep. Cool. I'm going to attack it again. 23 to hit, 11 slashing.
11 slashing. Absolutely. Very, very nicely done. Alrighty. Anything else on your turn?
No, that'll be it.
No, all good. Lyra, it is your turn.
All right. So, I'm not sure if I can actually do this. So,
I love
DM's
those.
decision.
I enjoy any sentence that comes after a phrase like that is always going to be fun.
So, already having Shillelagh up from the last session when we was just about to start this encounter.
Yes.
Can Lyra imbue her quarterstaff with exothermic mushrooms, essentially, and green flame blade, her quarterstaff? Casting with the Shillelagh stats with the 1d8 on top of that.
I am going to say that probably you can't have Shillelagh and Green Flame Blade going at the same time. Let me have a quick look at the 2 spells, and I'll just double check that. But I've got a feeling...
I
they're
did
not
some
going to be...
Googling, but it was mixed results.
Yeah, so... Wood is imbued with nature's power. Use your spellcasting ability instead of strength for the attack. Yeah, let me have a quick look. That is a really good question.
Because it's you brandish the weapons used in the spell's casting and make a melee attack, which to me sort of says because Shillelagh is already up on the weapon, it would, but that's, me playing as a player wanting, the most optimal outcome.
Yeah. Just having a quick look. That's a really good question.
Because I've also taken Booming Blade with the same intention.
Yeah, because there's a question about whether you can combine Booming Blade and Green Flame Blade. These are really good questions. I like these questions.
I don't know if you can combine Green
Yeah.
Flame Blade and Booming
Blade
Blade. I
you
think.
can't.
But I think Shillelagh would be able to work with them.
Because Shillelagh's it's a duration
I
1
can't-
minute.
I can't see anything that says why it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it sounds like it shouldn't. But I think it probably, I'm just reading these again really quickly. There's nothing here that says that you couldn't
I guess
necessarily
the way
do
to look
this.
at it is
Yeah.
the way to look at it is Shillelagh, the Druid doesn't get any extra attacks, so
No.
it's all one hit, so it makes sense to be able to stack this stuff and probably not be penalized.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I'm just looking. Rules as written. I don't see any reason why you can't combine these, unfortunately.
All good. If you end up deciding to rule against it, it's all good. But for now, she's gonna
I'm-
start panicked wailing.
I'm happy to rule that because I'm just looking through. There's no reason why you couldn't use both. I'm just rules as written. There's no reason why you can't do both, unless there's been some Unearthed Arcana or some published material after this that directly contradicts this. I couldn't find it.
It probably
so
doesn't hit anyway.
8 doesn't hit. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You just slam the Shillelagh quarterstaff into the side of the creature, and it just sinks into the thick mud.
All right. As a bonus action, she's going to try and GTFO.
That is so. Remember that every square uses. Was it Psi?
Even
4
if
feet
it's face step.
4 feet of movement.
for every 1 foot that you try.
The
and
face
move.
step is a teleport, so that should be fun.
Face step's a teleport, so you're fine.
Yeah, she's gonna use her face step and just sort of take the shortest path out of there.
What season are you at the moment? You might get something nice off it.
It's currently spring. She's going in reverse from where she started.
So what does that do?
So I can I can touch a creature within 5 feet of me and bring it with and teleport them instead, which is how she teleported Niles the other episode.
Yeah.
But no one within 5 feet, so she's doing it on herself.
No, fair enough. Anything else on your turn, Lyra?
Other than carrying, no.
Okay. Matt, could you roll me a d4, please? Odds is Lyra, evens is Ember. Actually, don't even bother. It can't get to either one of you with that ridiculous... because every 5 feet costs 20 foot of movement without plant growth, so
Can
it's
I
going
still
to have
roll
to...
a d4, please?
Sure. Sure. Do you want to roll a d4?
Yay! The one.
Okay. Instead, the Mud Hulk is going to... You watch as it holds its hand up, and some of the mud that makes up its mass begins to coalesce in its hand, and it hurls this lob of mud directly towards... It's a 10-foot sphere that's within 30 feet. Ember, Niles, and Flicker. I'm going to need all three of you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Well, there.
Congratulations, you have played yourself, Niles.
Oh, 17.
17 is a pass. Niles, what was yours?
There you go.
13 is the DC. You are going to take half damage from this. It is going to be... Wow. 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh,
I
my.
rolled so badly.
Of which I have
2
resistance to, so it's only 1.
I rolled 2 ones on that. That is so ridiculous.
Nice. Love it.
The affected area is difficult terrain, but that doesn't matter. The whole area is difficult terrain because of Ember's plant growth. So, Niles, it is your turn.
That's amazing.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
I get this like one glob of mud that just hits my face, and I'm like,
As you wipe it out of your eye.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Disgusting. Niles is going to he's really just not keen on this Barrowghast. He's just going to fly up and around behind it, I would say. He probably is able to do that, so he's just going to get in behind there. He doesn't have a lot of key points, but he's
off the difficult terrain. We know it's difficult terrain.
He's going to try really hard to try and just kill this thing. So he's just going to attack. That's a nat 1.
That
so
is
a
nat 1, unfortunately, Niles.
Yeah. That's okay. He's going to have a second attack, which is a crit.
Natural 20.
So there you go.
Yes!
28.
I love it.
Roll me some damage. This is going to be
go. Well, we'll see. That's a 10 plus a 6, so that's going to be
16 points of damage.
16. Yeah.
Nice. Good work.
Good. And
nice
then
indeed.
he's going to use his last key point to flurry of blows the Barrowghast. So he's going to get 2 more attacks. Yeah.
Very nice.
That's a 15.
15 is going to hit.
Yep. That's a 9 and a 16. And that's going to be a further 6 points. That's
nice.
Brilliant.
Decent amount of
Mark
damage
that
there.
off.
Yeah, nice damage.
Holy shit, Niles. How do you do this?
Holy
That's it,
Let's
Niles.
go!
That's it. How do you do this?
Oh man, I thought I had way more HP.
Yeah, me
Thank
too. Holy shit.
It didn't
you
heal
see-
as much from the Mud Hulk as you might have thought.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's
Right.
not. It's not like it's not like it gets like 80 HP back or something ridiculous. It's.
Yeah, I was
it's
really
very
worried
balanced.
it was going to be that.
No. This is balanced for your. This is definitely
Oh.
balanced for yours.
Sweet.
I guess,
Cool.
I guess you've seen Niles. He's been beaten around a little bit this fight.
Yes.
And you see him just whirl around in this in this bit of a circle, bit of this an arc, sort of like trying to get in behind this Barrowghast. And you see Niles like noting the areas of flesh that have been sort of temporarily patched up by this mud. Niles just strikes realizing that this is potentially a weak point, and Niles is all about trying to strike at weak points to try and get rid of his foes. So he just goes in hard with his strikes, with his fists, striking one strike with his talons, just sort of rip into this mud and pull, rip and tear as much as he can from this creature, and just trying very desperately at this point to just try and shut it down.
Yeah.
Trying to strike sort of critical elements, breaking bones, trying to just immobilize this thing as fast as possible. It's just this flurry of blows as this fleshy mass just sort of starts to fly around viscera and all sorts as he just is almost more like a bird at this point, just pecking and destroying this thing.
As the Barrowghast begins to fall apart, you watch as the flesh begins to dissolve into ash, tumbling and falling away, leaving only the skeleton in place. And as the skeleton begins to tumble apart into pieces, the bones falling off one by one, the bones themselves burn white hot, the water underneath, the swamp water bubbling and boiling for a few seconds as the bones split and crack upon contact with the water. As the bones break apart into this white ash, you watch this pulse move out from where the bones touch the water. As the swamp water begins to clear, turning a much lighter colour blue, the dark slime burning away as these waves of white light begin to push out from the now purified bones. As they do so, the mephits that Harry was fighting begin popping like balloons one by one, just exploding in place, the mud splashing and falling apart. The Mud Hulk, however, even though it is still up,
Oh, nice.
you watch as the area around it begins to purify, and the effect that it has, that's difficult terrain, is blasted away and destroyed and replaced with this purified, beautiful, lush soil. Before your eyes, Lyra and Ember, you watch as the normal greenery begins to return, healthy and full, the trees suddenly beginning to grow leaves with the curse broken. And as that happens, you watch as Mauler, the enormous dragon turtle, begins to rise from the swamp water. I'm going to add her to the initiative.
Yes.
Alrighty. Let me quickly add her to the token area. Niles, did you have anything else you could do on your turn?
No, I moved. I attacked. My bonus action. I'm spent. So, yep, I'm good.
Rather perfectly. Mauler rolled a 6. Mauler is going right after you, Niles.
Oh, nice.
You watch as the enormous turtle pulls itself free, spraying mud and water off her shell and back. You did it. Somehow you did it. Just this one abomination left. And Mauler begins to move across the landscape, sweeping a wave of swamp water before her as she pushes her way towards the mud hulk. Harry finds himself tumbling from her back and rolling off the side, clutching onto a tree. I better add Harry to the initiative as well, hey, because Harry also might be able to do some stuff. Well, let's see how much damage Mauler does first. Sorry, I probably should click on Harry's token first. Harry has a +10 to initiative, just in case anyone was wondering. Alrighty.
Each got alert as a fee.
Mauler gets to make 3 attacks, 1 bite and 2 claws. She's going to do that. That is going to be a 24 to hit, a 15 to hit, and a 28 to hit. They're all going to hit. There's going to be some brutal damage. 33 for the bite, 16 for the claw, and then 14 for the claw. That's a total of 63 points of damage. Single turn.
Real.
Yeah, you watch as it's still not dead, actually. Just you watch as Mauler slams down a claw, tearing into this thing. The mud hulk, as she rips it apart, shrinks in size. She tears sections of mud off it, leaving this halfling-sized construct of mud sort of like standing there looking up in terror. Ember, it is actually your turn.
Well, I seeing Mauler come up and do all that damage, I'm just going to, again, I'm just going to do my produce flame, and I'm just going to throw, it threw mud at me, I'm going to throw fire at it. So,
yeah.
That is...
if you can deal... you can do 5 points of damage. That's a crit.
Yeah.
Look, hey, feel free to roll me damage, but I'm letting you know right now, as long as you can do more than 5 damage, this fight's over.
Wow. What a way to end it.
He automatically does it.
So that's going to be 8 points of damage plus another 16 points of damage. That's 24 points of damage. Ember, just summon this flame into your hand and fling it at the mud hulk. As it strikes the mud hulk, for a second the flame goes out, and you think, oh, that was a bit anticlimactic. And then you watch as the mud hulk explodes, the swamp gas inside of it igniting from the flame as it is just blown up as a result of that attack. You guys are out of initiative. That is that is over.
Wow.
As the last of the mud hulks is torn to pieces. As that happens, Mauler sort of stands there looking down. You can see that underneath the surface of the water, hidden away, she was actually covered in these sections of what almost looks like a blight on her skin as well. Sections of her scales and skin marked with this dark red infection. But as she stands there shaking off the rest of the water, the area around you, the water going pure blue, this crystalline blue, as that continual wave of pulsing light sweeps across her, you watch as the dark sections begin to flake off, revealing smooth, new flesh underneath this pink skin regrowing as the flesh begins to, the necrotic flesh begins to be burnt off by this radiant light. She cocks her head as she looks down at the swamplands as they slowly transform. I had forgotten how verdant my home once was. And as she looks towards the tree Harry's in, fruit begins to bloom on the branches of the upper tree. Treats, my favorite. And as she leans forward and takes a bite of the tree, Harry tumbles out, rolling away, and rushes back towards you guys. Hey Mauler, I'm not a fruit. Please don't eat me, bro. Oh yeah, I'd rather you don't eat me. Thank you, Mauler. As Mauler then just bites through this fruit tree. Well, you did well. Tell me, what was it you wanted again?
We wanted to bring peace. We were sent by by one of the childs of the giants that sort of kind of cursed you here, but the child, and I've completely forgotten her name. I have it written down here somewhere, but I can't. Gumlot. The child of one of the giant that sort of cursed you to this, Gumlot. Well, she wanted to save you.
Remus cursed me. I did not know he had spawned offspring.
Yeah, well, I mean, from what I understand, he's no longer of this world, but one of his spawn, well, I mean, she wanted to save you.
Did she now? Could you please make me a persuasion check, Lyra?
I'm going to chime in here and say, maybe this could be classed as the help action, as I'm sort of reinforcing what Lyra has just said. I am going to say, I do believe, Mauler, that this newer generation are a little bit more kind, perhaps. I think out of her own words, she said that her father, was it? Grandfather? Well, he was not a very nice hill giant, and she wishes to make amends.
I will consider. Make me a persuasion check, Lyra, with advantage.
Yes.
1.
19. Not bad. 19.
Nice.
It's a 19.
That's me. It's 19 and a 19, baby.
It's a 19. Can't argue with a 19. Plus 0, it's a 19. It's just a flat 19. Maybe it is wrong to judge child for their parents' mistake, and she did send you little ones to break the curse. I could be convinced to lend my strength once again, but there will be conditions.
I wouldn't blame you. I mean, given what happened last time.
Naturally, yes, of course. Makes sense. I'm sure. Oh, you go, Lyra.
Oh, I was just gonna double check. Mauler, from all your time being in this swamp, I see that the waters around you are clear and they look really pure, but are you alright? I mean, it would have been a pretty, not to mention harrowing experience, but just physically, right? You know, all that time in these kind of tainted looking swamp waters.
I have lived for a very long time, child. Longer than you can imagine. Travel holds no intrigue for me. I have seen all there is to give. Now I just wait for the world to spin around, time to end once again.
But Mauler, you have been here a very long time. The world may be very different to what you remember. There may be other places to see or new people to meet.
Like the Feywilds, for example. Have you been there at all?
What are the Feywilds? I have not heard of this term before.
I mean, sort of not wanting to shoot Gunlot in the foot, so to speak, but the world has probably grown since you were last able to leave your grove. There are other planes, many of them. The world itself has grown in a sense, but there are other worlds kind of connected, but also not really to our own. Funny enough, that's actually, sort of being halfway between them is sort of where that we think the giants may have been all this time, which is why you were kind of left alone after being cursed for so long. But there's
remember long ago a giant telling me of the realms connected through Yggdrasil, the path between worlds. All are leaves on the branches of the world tree Yggdrasil. Yes, is the Feywild one of these worlds? Sounds like Alfheim, land of the elves.
I'm not exactly sure from your perspective where it specifically is connected to. I mean, I just before you sort of get an idea of going there, I would probably recommend against it because in my experience it hasn't been super pleasant. I mean, it's really pretty, but the inhabitants of the hills.
Then you should tell the young giant. Gunglot, you said her name was?
Mm-hmm.
Tell her if her people bring me new fruits and foods to sample, I will lend them some of my strength until they can find me passage to this Feywilds.
You probably don't want to go to the Feywilds. I mean, like I said, I think here is probably much nicer. I mean, the Fey, in the sense that you were kind of tricked before, right? In the previous thing that happened.
Deceived.
The Fey are very much all about the whole deceit thing. It might not be quite to your liking.
Niles is going to chime in and say, there are many other worlds, I think what Lyra is trying to say. Many other leaves on this tree you speak of, I believe. There may be other places you could
the
go
passage between worlds was sealed.
Well then you... Was, yes. Not much has changed in your absence, Morla.
You raise some interesting thoughts, ones I have not had in a long time. Perhaps it is time for me to travel once again. Maybe there are more things yet to see.
Indeed. And I do believe your terms are very amicable. The hill giants will surely be happy to shower you with whatever you desire.
Good.
Even just in the meantime, I mean, a method of sort of traveling with your mind is to eat new fruits like you mentioned before. I mean, since your time that you've been sort of stuck here in the swamp, I'm sure the culinary delights and fruits are probably somewhat different to what you were used to.
Has it been so long that even the flora has changed? That is a long time.
I think it's entirely possible. I mean, I'm not sure how you sort of define the passage of time for yourself, but sort of by my measure, it's probably been, 1,000 since the giants went away?
Oh dear, a long time indeed. Well then, oh! As she looks up, you see the longship from before, the flying longship, pass overhead and begin to lower down near the area. On board, you see the giant skald that you had encountered before, sort of nodding as he looks down at the lot of you. Oh, it seems your ride is here.
He brought us here in the first place to come save you.
Make sure to tell Gunglot about our arrangement, and I want to see her here so she can promise me herself. Agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Just to be sure, it was new fruits and foods that you wanted?
And passage to the worlds when they can open it again for me.
I mean, that seems agreeable to me. Gun will probably have the final say. I mean, she's kind of the one in charge, but we'll get her to come here to talk to you.
Sounds reasonable. Good. Well then, young ones, you better get out of this swamp. She sneezes once again, a blast of mucus flying into the nearby tree.
Ah.
Right over Harry's head and Niles' head. Seems some of the blight is still stuck up my nose. She tries to clear it into the water.
Before we...
Oh yeah, you go.
So, odd question.
Yeah.
Using my decanter of endlessly abusable water,
Yeah.
can Lyra ask Morla if she wants the equivalent of, like, a nose pick sinus kind of blasting?
Oh, wow.
To clear out the blight? I'm not sure it would be good.
No,
but...
you given how big Morla is, even a geyser from that's not going to be a lot of water. It's only going to be a very small amount. She's huge. So in terms of size, I mean, she's a gargantuan dragon.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, she's pretty big.
Well, easy.
As the longboat lands in the water nearby, you watch as the skald bows very deeply as a mark of respect to Morla, just as you all back on. Well then, it looks like you lot were somewhat successful in your mission.
Somewhat. Look around you.
Yes, we did quite good with the combat. To be honest, though, a bit sad that there's no more to fight. I wish we had a little bit more fun.
Ember, I've seen what you typed. What are you up to, Ember?
So while these guys were chatting and everything about that, hearing that Morla wanted more fruit.
Yeah.
Like before everyone jumps on the ship to be taken away, I'd actually probably approach Morla and say, Morla, it's great to meet you. I'm glad that we could help, but I would also like to have a deal with you too. If we ever need any help, can I offer to double the amount of food in the area for you to guarantee if we need help that you would aid us?
'Tis a tempting offer. Yes, if you have need of me, and you were able to provide me with interesting culinary delights, I think we could come to an arrangement.
Great, okay. So I'm going to get all the apples that I planted. I'm going to cut them open, take the seeds, and I'm going to start planting them. Just in the little island that we're on, I'm just going to plant multiple seeds around, and then I will... So I'm not sure how the process would work, but I want to cast plant growth again.
Yeah, so for what I think you're doing, which is the year worth of bountiful harvest.
Yes. So I know that it'd be half over 8 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if personally, from my aspect, because I am so happy to see the land now fertile, I'd probably want to do this anyway before I left. But if I can strike a deal and get assistance...
Well, you know that the plan... Like, you know that they want Gunglot, you know that Morla wants Gunglot to come back. I mean, you could always offer to stay for 8 hours while the rest of the party goes back and has a long rest or goes back to the ship and then brings Morla back over that time. You probably would have some time to stay behind and... Yeah, perfect. Okay, in the interest of keeping things moving, I like this a lot. Ember, you volunteer to stay behind, and over the next 8 hours, you begin to cast the plant growth to enhance the land so that it's, and I quote... yields twice the normal amount of food when harvested as the land becomes enriched for one whole year.
That's so cool, and it's really it's really like, because that's what Ember would do. He his whole thing is like tending to the land, right?
Yeah.
So like the land has just been healed, and you're just like, let's go. That's really cool.
My thing with this land was dead to begin with when I first walked in here. We've now brought it back to life, and I'd actually want to make this a beautiful area. But
you've purged
the friends or an ally.
You've purged the blight and now replacing it with fresh and strong trees and plants. Yeah, this is brilliant. The rest of you, as you get back to the Hill Giant Fort, you relay your tale of daring to Gunglot, who is extremely impressed that you've survived. Mostly surprised. A number of the other warriors come up to congratulate you, like hearty pats on the back, as these Drengir, the large hill giant warriors, genuinely congratulate you for managing to overcome this curse and defeat the kniving that had been placed upon these lands. Gunglot agrees and takes you in her own personal longship back towards the island as she lands on the waters right outside the island. She and Morla head over a little bit of a ways away and have a private chat, just the two of them, leaving you all to have a bit of a rest on the island while Ember finishes the last part of the spell. I'm going to say that if you wanted to spend the island here, some of the other hill giants will come with you and set up a temporary camp on the island. You can all benefit from a long rest and spend the night on this now revitalized landscape. By the time the others come back, Ember, birds, insects, fish, amphibians have all immediately invaded this new fertile land from the surrounding swamp. This place is alive. Cicadas, crickets, dragonflies buzzing in the air around you, creating a cacophony of this chitinous ringing noise. In the crystal clear waters around you, you see more species of fish than you've ever seen anywhere else, all congregating on this now revitalized landscape, the blight now totally removed. You will benefit from a long rest. The land is renewed once again. And I think that is a good place to wrap up for tonight, so that Dave doesn't miss too much of the next
damn it.
We'll bring Dave and Harry back next session. Yeah, I think that's a good place to wrap up. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. That NPC, Morla the Dragon Turtle, was a summoned NPC through the Twitch channel points system, our inspiration points. Malo Gallo Tallo Tim summoned Morla a couple of sessions ago, and we've had Morla here for the last couple of sessions. So it's been awesome to have that. So thank you so much for spending the channel points on an NPC. You too can do this. There is, if you watch us live, you earn channel points simply by watching, and you can spend them on all sorts of fun things, giving advantage, giving disadvantage, summoning NPCs, summoning monsters. And coming new to the channel next week, we're going to be implementing an achievements system. You can spend channel points to create an achievement. When an individual or the party get that achievement, they gain an inspiration straight away. The achievements will be something I'll kind of create with each of you. As you'll give suggestions, I might have to tweak them a little bit for the show, but as much as possible, I'm going to try and include the achievements that you have in place. This came courtesy of our Curse of Strahd session last week, where they were aiming to take over the town of Alaki in a bloodless coup, and on a technicality, they technically did take over the town and reinstate a new leader without spilling a drop of blood, which was rather impressive. So for the purposes, so I thought we had a bit of a joke, like if it had been like a Steam game, there would have been the Steam overlay popping up with like a horrific picture of a vampire being torn in half, like success, bloodless coup has been achieved. So, Yeah, so we are going to add an achievement system into to D&D 5th edition and
cool.
Avatar Legends. I will have the information on that coming out shortly, but yeah, you'll be able to see that on the Twitch stream coming soon. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody. It has been wonderful seeing you all. I think we might bring the Twitch people over to go and raid Meeples and Dragons, who are also currently playing their D&D 5th edition campaign. For those of you watching recorded on YouTube or on the podcast, thank you so much for sticking around. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, comment button if you can as well. Tell us a story from an RPG that you've played recently, or not even that recently. Tell us a funny tale or a serious tale from an RPG system, and I'll read it out at the beginning of the sessions. I want to get back into doing that again. I've kind of let it slip, and I'm sorry. I will start doing that again very, very soon. On YouTube, we are so close to that 1,000 subscribers. I reckon we're going to get there by the end of the year, but the easiest way to do that is for you bloody legends to hit that subscribe button. So make sure you do if you haven't already. Well, that's all from me. Thank you so much, everybody. We will see you all again really, really soon. Stay safe, stay well, and until we see you all again, goodbye, everybody. Bye!
See you, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.